Hello, hello, and good afternoon, wherever you're calling in from in the world. This is New York session, just a quick session because we've got non-farm payroll tomorrow and the markets can move a bit strangely. I'm going to go through HourGlass. But first of all, we have a look at Forex Factory. We've got some Canadian news today, no figures against it, red flags, so we avoid that if we're trading Canadian dollar around about that time. And tomorrow you can see the non-farm payroll and everything coming up there. Look at the currency strength meter and you can see things aren't moving very much. That's probably in anticipation of the non-farm payroll. Australian dollar's been quite up and down, Japanese yen very weak. So I might look at UJ at the moment. So let's come over to our scanner and you can see on here all the 5-minute trade ideas that we use to help us take trades. So US dollars, our base currency, 66 to 20. It says a put at the moment, but we only want to be taking calls or buys. You can see our moving average has turned to green. It's surfed all the way up the Bollinger Bands. And it is in the overbought area. Very big candle up there. So let's come over to our trading view and have a look at it on here. And the first thing that I like to do is mark up the daily. The indicators give us the rest. So just put my white lines on the previous day, the highest, and the open, as it's green, that was a sell, so that's the open. That's the close on an hourly, so that's a strong line of support and resistance. There is our open. This is the highest it's reached. It's still moving, so obviously we can't mark the where it is at current price at the moment, and then just move that one there and put one more on here where the previous day closed. And then if we look at the hourly, we can see the movement on UJ. It's been pretty much held by that 111.500, which is a quarter point. And there's the daily at 554. So that's where it is at the moment. Just not done an awful lot. And come down to the 15-minute, and I like to put the lines on here. So I'll just clone that. And we can't put one on the previous one, it's too small. Not enough wax on the candle, as we say. So I'll just mark the one before that and clone that to there. I've got the white daily. I might put one on there to remind me actually. So I'll just put that on there. So now we've got our zones marked up. I could put another one on there and one on there. I'll leave it at the moment because it's coming off a 15-minute and a daily, and we know it's in an upward trend. And let me look at this. So you can see it's coming off the daily. We're coming up to the quarter past. So if we do take a trade on this, then price is going to struggle at that 558 level before it breaks through and carries on up. So where is it going to go to? Let's just get rid of that. So we can see that it's come up to retest this area. Hasn't got back up to that 1,000 pip range, the 112,000, which it was at the end of September. So it is now coming down. If you look on the daily, you can see it's moving down there. it has been up at that level before, but not since the pandemic, pre-pandemic. So that's on the daily. And let's come down to the hourly again. And it's wicking off that 562 level. Our next trade is going to be in 4 minutes time. So what we want is it to come back to that 503 level and then take it for a call, which is a buy in binary terms. Just make that a bit bigger so we can see what we're doing. And if we look at our currency strength meter, then we can see we've got 5 bars to 1 on the US dollar. So we only want to be taking calls on that. So what does HourGlass tell us? 64 on US dollar to 20. So very strong for a call at 519. So that's 1.9 pips away from the quarter point that we've just been discussing, which is a very strong line of support and resistance, which is here. Orange. It should be at 500. I can never get it to quite line up, and you don't seem to be able to move it once you, oh, there we are. So there's our 500 line, which approximately is in line with previous lines of resistance. There, it's touched it there and there 3 times, and now it's broken through. So that big strong engulfing candle, let me put this onto my local time, was at 2 p.m. London time. That's a proper New York open, still pushing on up. It doesn't look like it's coming back for us. It's heavily above on our strength. It's got the movement, and it's staying above our red overbought line, still pointing upwards. Sorry about the dog. I may have to go to the door in a minute as well. So I've got 1 minute to go before the next trade, but it's right in the middle here. Let's have a look on here. UJ 68%. They're at 544. You can see it here. I've got 3 minutes here. And because it's non-farm payroll tomorrow, I'm not really trading today and tomorrow, so I've just put a nominal amount on just because I thought we could go through some of the things, and I'm not going to be on very long today. So there it is, back at the 541, and it's just coming up to our 15 minutes. I'll put it down on the 1 minute. So you can see it, you know, it's held by this line. It's not really got a lot of movement in it. 539. There's the 5 minute. So it's difficult to take this trade on the 15 minute because I'm only in for 3 minutes. It's not made a lot of a move, and I'd really rather have it back at this level, or a break to the upside and then take it on that 552 level as it carries on up, if it does. But that's what the strength tells us on this one. So let's now go over and look at JPY, and that looks quite good to me. So I'm going to look at the currency strength meter here. So that still says we should be buying the Australian dollar. I'm on the 5 minute time frame, but I can see it's wicking off that quarter theory and 62 EMA, and it's got a daily there, which is that white line. These are old 15-minute lines. I may have to readjust those, but it is in an upward trend. So again, a bit of an odd movement in terms of trying to take a trade, because normally we'd wait for a break, a retest to this upside, and then to carry on down. And you can see, if we look here, that it is in a downward trend, and you know, that means that price could be transitioning, and the currency strength meter's got to sort of catch up with that. So I'll go to the hourly, and we can see on the hourly it opened as a sell candle, but it is being held by that 245 level, and it is wicking off it, so it wants to push down, but it's just struggling to make that change at the moment. And if you look at this, you can see clearly this wave that probably is the upper point of a harmonic scan. Let's just go over and look at that. I haven't looked at that for a while to see if there is anything on that for this currency. We do Forex scalping. But I'm not doing that today. It's a sharp. That was that yesterday. Yesterday in Tokyo. And here is current price. I thought that might be the new D point, but it's just come up to retest that. So the D point was actually at that 402 level, 402. So that's that current one. So it is coming down again now. Let's go to the 15-minute and have a look at HourGlass on HourJPY. 44 to 29. It says a call score of 5. It's all in the oversold area. Remember, this is on the 5-minute. That's an hourly scan that I'm looking at. You can see this big drop here, and this is what I mean about sometimes the market moves differently the week, particularly the couple of days before non-farm payroll. So it's you know, sometimes a bit difficult to take trades yesterday and today and tomorrow. So on HourJPY, we should really be looking at calls still, but at the 15 minutes past, it's still in a downward momentum. And that could be because it's clearing up a bit of imbalance in this area here. So if I come down to the 1 minute, which is the current moment in time, you can see prices transitioning. My orange moving average is a shorter length than my blue one, meaning it's closer in time. And if it crosses below that longer time frame blue one, which is 200 EMA, that's a 62, then that is going to be pushing price down. And you can see on the 1 minute the downward trend. So at the moment it is coming back up. So we could take that for a put. But this is what I mean about you can't always use the algorithms when the market is moving a bit strangely or differently because of events in the market. I mean, I'm doing technical analysis, but that's the market sentiment, and you've got to look at price action as well. So we should see reflected in this that the currency strength changes. There's that call score of 4. So we've got this retrace going on. You can see clearly it's below the midline. It's now surfing down the Bollinger Bands. Now, normally I'll take a trade at 15 minutes past, or mostly the 30 minutes past. So what I'm going to do now is I would wait for 30 minutes past, let it have a bit of a retrace and see if it carries on down, because at the moment it's moving average, the 201, which was blue on my trading view, is still showing green for an upward trend. So it's kind of changing its movement. So let's come over to HourGUSD, which is the Aussie, 44 to 61 for a put. So that's about right. And the EMA has moved to red. It's in the oversold area. It's 2 bars to 5 on the US dollar. And here it is on my trading view. So again, nicely positioned below that daily at 834. and you can see the moving averages are arcing round. So again, I want to see a retrace on this before taking it for a put. But as I say, the candles have been moving. These bars we call candles. Not quite as smoothly in non-farm payroll as we would normally get them. So let's move our, now that's a very key area where my 15-minute is meeting the white one. So that's a very strong ceiling, 835, and it opened off that. So I'm liking that. Put that on the highest the last 15-minute reached, and I'll put that on the previous candle on the lowest. So I know where my levels are on the 15-minute. Now come back to the 5, which is where we take our trades. Let's look and see what we could get on this on the half hour. So I'll do a vertical line there. So that's the half hour. Now it does say on the technicals here, it does say calls. So when you get these, you know, lumpy sort of movements and also transitions and non-farm payroll, you need to understand the market and just stay out of the trades really. So that's why I've just put a nominal amount on today. Still thought we'd do a bit of education, but there it is off that 15-minute line at the 821. That's on the 1 minute. 3 minutes shows it wicking off, but we're going to wait 7 minutes till the half hour. Now we've got this strong level at 835, but price will struggle to break through 822. So again, we've got to exercise caution because of where price is at the moment. Here's the half hour showing it tried to come down here. It's got this imbalance here from there to here. So it's got money sat in there. It's just coming off that daily though, at 834. The hourly is sort of like shrinking back, but it did open off the quarter theory, and obviously it's broken down like that. That's on the 30-minute, and on the hourly, you can see it opened off that quarter theory. It's broken through, and it's just at this, trying to break through this level here on where we are at the moment. So once we look at that, we like to come down because we're taking trades at 5 minutes, and we can see it is breaking that level now, which is good. That's what we want. So we've got 5 minutes to go. We've got one more candle, and now it's gone this far. It probably does want to come back down to our level here because it's got imbalance there. So let's see how we get on. But as I say, it hasn't been moving very smoothly this week. And this is a big major Forex pair. Let's look at our hourglass. And that's what we're seeing at the moment. I don't know if the Harmonic scanner's got any scans on this. As I say, these are two different strategies. It just shows you the overall shape on the reversals in the market. Can't see anything. So we'll leave this at the moment. And let's come back to our hourglass. So it's just dropping. You can see how these Bollinger Bands, these elastic bands, they're all pointing down. It's turned to red. So the Aussie dollar in New York has, you know, started to reverse quite significantly, 43 to 63, 41 to 64 now, 817, it's 807 on hourglass. We've got 3 minutes left to go before the half hour. So it's much better if you wait for a retest back to one of your levels, because that's going to hold, hopefully hold price, and this usually will stop at a major level. But as I say, it hasn't been moving that smoothly this week, so I wouldn't ever take a trade while it's just doing that, even if it now touches that line, because it can equally just, you know, come right back on you. And that's what we mean about it hasn't been moving that smoothly this week. So what I'm going to do now, just to show you, is just flick through the currencies, or JPY 44 to 33 for a call. Check on our currency strength meter. Got 2 bars to 1, which isn't, you know, brilliant, but we will have a look at it on trading view. And we can see it's come right down 159 to, it's now coming up. So we want to take this for a call. Let's go to our 15 minutes, just move our lines. Purple I use for this, just so we've got them correctly positioned. So you can see where price, you can't use that because it's currently moving. That's right on the quarter theory, so we can put that there. Come down to the 5 minute, which is where we trade, and we can see it's already made a little move. We only want to take calls, so unless it does a retrace, I don't really want to take that. So it moved at 26. Again, things could just be moving slightly differently because of non-farm payroll. So let's come and look at something else. 49 to 22, the Australian dollar would only want to be taking calls, so I don't want to look at that for the half hour. Here's our Aussie dollar, has come up, it's 49 to 61. It's just hitting, it's just in this funny transition period. So that could still look good for us. That's 4 minutes ago, we've got 40 seconds. Let's come back to that. I've only got a nominal sum on. So let's see how we're doing. It's done the retrace there. And on the 1 minute, sometimes this can carry on moving up before it then changes. So it could go up to 887 or even 903. And it is off that daily there. So that's a bit of a concern for us. We need, you know, we need it to decide what it's going to do, because it's trying to push down. We're now at the half past. The problem with taking a put is that daily at 835, and at the moment it's coming off that line. So it's, as I say, it's not moving that smoothly. This is down on the 1 minute. So even if you get the green sell candles, it can still push on up, particularly to the 200, 926, or a white daily, and it's just come off that daily. So not a very good move for us to take for a put at the moment. So we're going to have to leave that while it's, you see how it's just 861. So it could go right back up to here. There's that 926. There's that previous daily, which acted as support there. You know, the moves are a bit erratic at the moment. So I don't have a trade with Swiss. Euro orders a fast moving pair, 36. That's already moved. Euro CAD 36 to 48, that's moved. It's at 429. It was called at 430. Euro CAD, I won't have these on my trading view. I don't know what the payout is on that. Euro CAD's at 88. It's now 363. That's moved. That's already made its move right down. And there's that Canadian dollar use that could be to do with that. Euro GBP I never trade because it's a very similar pair. Euro JPY 34 to 33, sort of even Stevens. It's oversold. Call score of 6 on Euro JPY. Call score of 6. I will have that on here. I'm on the 5 minute. It's off that line there. Call score of 6 at 763. 763. It's 70%. The broker's got it at right up at 785 now. So again, I've missed that move. There it was, 759. So there was a nice move there on the half hour on Euro JPY. That's moved fast. Euro NZD, a call at 037. That's already moved. No, it hasn't. 7007, 7037. So sort of in the middle there, so I don't like the look of that one. Euro USD for a call. We want to be selling the euro. Wait for that to do a retrace because if you look at it, the euro is weaker than the US dollar. GA for a call, very fast moving pair. Not one I ever usually trade on this strategy. 64 to 33, a call at 562. It's just dropping down a bit. GA 562. Let's have a look on here. See if I can find GA. See where that is. It's right down at 545. I won't have that on. It's a very fast pair, this one, but fastest in the market. And I won't have it on my trading view. I only trade 5 pairs usually. So we need these to be pointing up. They are in the oversold area. So these very fast pairs, they can carry on in the momentum before changing. That's right down at 523. I think this is the fastest pair in the market from when I used to trade it on Forex. Very wild. So we're coming up to the 35-minute, new 5-minute candle. Let's see if we get a turn here. See, that's just wicking back now. Let's just check on here. GA, well, it's only 5 bars to 4. So not a huge difference. Let's see what happens. 5 seconds to go before the new 5-minute candle at 35. Just wait for this to turn from 5 minutes to, so that's a call at 496. It's a call score of 3 at 496. It's just dropped right down. So I'll take, I'll take it. Hasn't taken it. 479, as I say, it's very, still in its momentum. Oh, so it's going, isn't it? It's such a fast pair. Just dropping and dropping. 438. Call score of 5. We take 3 and above. 445. 445. 450 at 45 seconds past that 35-minute candle. And when I finish this trade, I'm going to go because that was just a bit of fun, really. It's non-farm payroll and very nominal sum, but just to show you how we start to read and understand and look at the charts. And it just comes with practice. You know, if you join us, you can open a broker account demo. You can open a real account with just $10. And it's just about learning your pairs and getting the practice on the patterns. It's all patterns in the market, and session times and hourly time of when we take the trades, and using a couple of indicators, and that's it really. So it's just the same as learning any process. That's moving up now, 487. So we're getting nicely in profit. This is a fixed time, 3 minutes. So a payout at 83%, which is very nice. That means a pair is more volatile. The broker's taking less commission on these higher payouts. So you can use brokers with rollover, where you will have another 30% on your risk, but you'll get 30% more payout. And it'll give you it'll give you 30% more time. So I don't really, quite a few of us don't really want to use too much rollover. That's just going back into zero. It's just round about that level where I got in. As I said, it's a very fast pair. We know it's stronger, not that much stronger, but the bars were stronger. And we got a good entry. So as I said, I don't normally trade, only trade about 5 pairs maximum, but these days usually it's just 1 or 2, literally 1 or 2. So it's just around about that level where I entered. So we'll see what happens. We've got 1 minute left to go, if you look here. And I'm coming up to the end of this 5-minute candle. So that will be 4 minutes in. So what happens with these 5-minute candles is they go up or down, then they'll retrace, you know, and settle at their final point, unless it's sort of an engulfing, you know, strong candle. So, you know, again, it's about, we're time-based traders, it's about timing your entry as well. I've picked the fastest pair in the market here, so it can be very volatile on its moves, and not necessarily one that I normally trade on this, so it might just come back up again. We'll see. I've got 17 seconds to go. We're very finitesimal amounts, so you know, they can move fast on these fast pairs, so that could just pop above the line for me in these few seconds. Doesn't look, yes, oh yes it does. So I just got that one, and that's the whole point of it. Just won that one. That's the whole point of this, is once you're in it, it's win or lose over the line by just a pipette, a tiny point, and I got that trade. So if we look back on our HourGlass, there's that wick as it came up and down, but as I said, it's a very, very fast pair. GA, it's the Wild West. If you're trading on Forex, you can make 100 pips on it very quickly, but equally it can lash you out with a whip of its tail. So you just have to learn which pairs. We know which pairs we've been trading long enough. So that was a bit of fun to show you, you know, just 1 point over the line and it's win or lose. And there we are, it's come right back up now. And that's how fast this pair is. So that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. I will be posting this to YouTube, and I will see you all tomorrow for London session. That's it from me for today, and it's non-farm payroll tomorrow.